My dear viewers, hello and welcome to a new episode of our program Cultural Magazine, during which we bring you the latest cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned. The Cairo Opera House plays a significant role in the cultural movement that is taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
The Cairo Opera House, headed by Dr. Lamia Zaid, concluded its summer festival of music and singing on the open-air stage with an enchanting night that combined notes of spirituality and joyful Tanura dances performed by the Hadra Sufi chanting troupe as part of the celebration of the 9th anniversary of its founding. With the participation of singer and vocalist Ali Al-Hilbawi and international Tanura artist Mohammed Al-Sayed as part of efforts to preserve the Egyptian culture and to support heritage arts as well as preserve cultural identity. In the midst of a large audience, Al-Hadra presented an integrated artistic program that reflects the diversity and depth of the Egyptian Sufi heritage. The show today is celebrating 9 years since the founding of Al-Hadra Sufi troupe. In today's show, we present the best of our works plus our new songs. We have participated in many international festivals, and we thank the Opera House for holding this celebration commemorating Al-Hadra's establishment. The ceremony began with the perfect prayer, followed by the recitation of the names of Allah. The ceremony continued by presenting a group of poems that were admired by the audience over the past years, including My Beloved Heart, or Ahbab Qalbi, Allah please listen to our prayers, or Adrikna Ya Allah, O God, you have renewed my love, or Gaddidta Ishqi, you are the king of my heart, or Anta al-Malik, the beauty of existence, or Gamal al-Wujud, and many others. The audience enjoyed an exceptional concert in which authenticity and Sufism were mixed in the presence of the artist Ali Al-Hilbawi, who, with his sweet voice and distinctive performance, added another dimension to Sufi poems. The international Tanura artist Mohammed Al-Sayed excelled with his elaborate movements in attracting the concert audience on a unique visual and spiritual journey in which the bright colors of the Tanura and its dances blended with the sounds of chanting.
الحضرة وفكرة الحضرة أنا عارفة الفكرة من زمان. أنا عندي
El Hadra is an authentic artistic idea. I got to know Egypt and its heritage through art. I grew up listening and watching Yassine Touhami. This type of art may be called popular Sufi art that is trying to go back to our heritage with its poems and dance movements. For me, I'm linked to different types of art, the folklore, the classical, and the Arabic style. Movement is my life, but Sufi art is closest to my heart, especially Tanura, because I think it is the closest to my sense of humanity. It makes me closer to myself and to being Egyptian, and above all, to Allah. It is noteworthy that the Hadra Sufi Chanting Ensemble was founded in 2015 by vocalist Noor Nagah with the aim of preserving the spiritual heritage of zikr, or praise of Allah. The troupe presents everything that is specific to the heritage of the Egyptian Sufi civilization, and it includes a group of singers and chanters from various paths and Sufism lovers. Its repertoire includes a huge collection of poetry and poems by Muhyiddin ibn al-Arabi, al-Hallaj, ibn al-Farid, and others. The ensemble presented many performances in various places.
The Ministry of Culture is always keen on preserving heritage through several events that are taking place in Egypt.
عيبك قرب نشن وطن ايدك وطن اضرب يحميك يا ابني تبقى غالبني قرب كلك
As part of the cultural activities organized by the Ministry of Culture to revive Egyptian heritage and preserve it from extinction, the Cultural Production Affairs headed by Khalid Galal presented a group of heritage artistic activities and popular art performances on the Hanagar Arts Center stage at the Cairo Opera House. This comes on the occasion of the 65th anniversary of the puppet operetta show El-Leila Kibira, or The Big Night Show, created by the late poet Salah Jahin and the late musician Sayyid Mikawi. The Big Night Show is presented by the Artistic House of Theatre, produced by the Cairo Puppet Theatre Troupe, headed by musician Muhammad Noor, decorated by Mustafa Kamil, and designed by Dr. Nagi Shakir's puppetry, and conceived and directed by Salah Al-Sa'a. The idea of the show relies on marionette dolls or puppet dolls and the operetta, The Big Night Show, and describes one of the Egyptian legacies, which is the popular Moulid, a folk celebration of religious figures.
اسمعوا لكم شوفوا هيعمل ايه قولوا ايه وكمان باليد كده هسمعوا لكم شوفوا هيعمل ايه قولوا ايه
The operetta combined the Sufi tone embodied by Salah Jahin, the animated puppets designed by Negi Shekir, and the resonant melodies of Sayyid Mekawi and his tender, strong voice, which made it express the popular Moulid in a cartoon-like satirical folkloric image, which linked popular customs, traditions, and rituals. The operetta presented a depiction of the popular scenes that take place inside the Moulid and which everyone at the Moulid experiences during his presence. And the Big Night Show portrays depictions of various folk scenes such as the vendors, men's sticks show, and many other folk games at the Moulid. The operetta ends with the call to Fajr or dawn prayer. The Big Night operetta included many puppet figures that represent various personalities and different features. They were the Aragoz or the clown, the chickpea vendor, the coffee pot seller, the mayor, the dancer, the lion trainer, the children, the photographer, the circus announcer, the farmer, and it was at that time a new type of stage theater. To achieve its great success at the time, the operetta witnessed cooperation between a number of artists. As for the operetta songs, they were sung by singers Shafiq Galel, Abdul Surugi, Muhammad Rujdi, Sayyid Mekawi, Shafi'a Hassan, Ismail Shabana, Salah Jahin, Shafi'a Ahmad, Huda Sultan, and they were written by Salah Jahin and composed by Sayyid Darwish.
السمك مقلي كل وبرقلي صوت زي الفل استخار واختار فشة او مطار يلا يلا سمي وكل يلا سمي وكل.
The Big Night Show is one of the theatrical arts which speaks first to the mind and then to the heart in an indirect way. It was a means of attracting children's attention, teaching them, as well as opening up new horizons of thought for them. This was because puppet theater used sounds and colors, which was enough to attract children's attention, and it is a performing art of many types.
Egypt is always keen on honoring its icons and stars, the writers, the stars, the actors, the actresses, and also the musicians. Let's watch the following segment.
After an absence of 27 years, the brilliant artwork Shadi Abdessalem Deserts for the late legendary cinema director Shadi Abdessalem was recently presented by the Egyptian Modern Dance Theater Company at El Gomhuriya Theater, designed and directed by its director and the founder of contemporary and modern dance in the Arab world, Walid Aouni. The performance was inspired by 3 films by Shadi Abdessalem: The Mummy, The Eloquent Peasant, and Isis, indicating that the originality of his art expresses the flowing feeling that distinguished him. His Egyptianness was reflected in his works and highlighted a spirit that imitates the life of the ancestors.
في مشهد إزيس الأول مكان فلاح الفصيح بعد كده الموميا.
We are the group of girls who help Isis as the first act opens with us, the girls, providing Isis with support, for instance, helping with washing her hair, as we also help her sister Neftis. Then there is the eloquent peasant, then the mummy scene, which is Shadi Abdessalem's desert. Moreover, the mummy scene tells the ending scene, which is death, where we enter with our scarves, an exact imitation for the original version of the film. It is a very important project in terms of culture and art, also an introduction for Shadi Abdessalem for people who don't know him. Well, I believe that the dancer should have the sense of drama, experience, knowledge, and talent to act. In the end, both arts are important and they entwine together to complete each other. The rehearsals depends on the performance. Some needs a lot of rehearsals and some are more easier. For Mr. Walid Aouni, he's always keen to take care of each single detail, from choreography, the light, the costumes, to the decoration. He's always trying to pass his experience to us through his directions to add some power to the act or to the movements. Sometimes it takes us 2 months to rehearsal. Meanwhile, I take care of my sleeping, my nutrition, or even my former injuries, in addition of studying the characters, the storyboard, and the history of the artwork.
مهمين على المسرح.
اولا بحضر للدور لو في دور انا بلعبه في الرقص مثلا زي الموت او إيزيس او شخصية تاريخية.
Firstly, I prepare myself by studying carefully the character or the role that I play, whether it's death scene or a character like Isis or any other scene, where I'm always keen to be prepared and give my best. I got to tell you that the silent dance is one of the most difficult arts, as it depends on delivering the message with no words and interacting more with the audience through music, movements, and drama. I'm playing the role of Neftis, the sister of Aizes, whom she has always been a support for her sister in all means. Afterwards, Neftis unites with her sister Aizes to collect her husband's body parts so he can come back to life, and unites with Aizes to give birth to Horus. The difficulties that sometimes I face if my body collapses or I get injured. Mr. Walid Aouni always takes care about all the details and everything, from the dancers, the setup, the whole performance, so we can be ready for our big night. It takes us 2 months to be prepared. The first month of rehearsals is studying hard the moves, then the second month we add the acting with the movements so we can put together all elements to reach success, which is always our goal. Furthermore, to interact with the audience through our performance. Our director, Mr. Walid Aouni, is always supporting us as he takes care of the smallest details so much.
دي اهم حاجة بالنسبة له.
It is worth noting that the theater director Shadi Abdessalem was born in March 1930 in Minya Governorate and from Victoria College in Alexandria. He studied theater arts in London and joined the College of Fine Arts in Cairo and obtained an honor degree in architecture. He had the opportunity to enter the world of cinema through director Salah Abu Saif through the movie El Fitawa. He worked as a set designer and assistant to engineer Ramses Wasif and worked as an assistant director in some films until he directed many cinematic and recording works and died in October 1986.
وليد أكتر مخرج وأكتر راقص فن حديث ومخرج عروض رقص
Walid Aouni studied graphics and plastic arts at the Royal Academy of Fine Arts in Brussels on addition of modern dance and fine arts. He graduated on the hands of great names in the field of art. He is very unique artist in his field, so presenting this artwork for Shadi Abdessalem is considered a very powerful combination of two important artists, each in his field in the Arab world. Aouni translated Shadi Abdessalem's work of art into another piece of art. He is the man who cares about details. With his international experience and love for Egypt, he puts all his heart into this performance as an honor for Shadi's work.
أنا مش أول مرة أجي شو الأستاذ وليد عوني هو صديقي.
Well, it's not my first time to attend a performance for the great artist Walid Aouni. I've attended many others before, and what attracted me this time is the performance's name, which is a definition of the great late cinema director Shadi Abdessalem. I expect a very powerful performance. As art always evolves, we always go back to the old rich work, which is defined by its originality.
Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, The Culture Magazine. I've been being with us. Please wait for me in the next episode. Until then, it's goodbye.